What is the problem? Seems that everywhere we look there's problems. And one day I came up with a question, and the question has changed my entire life. I was taking a course in economics, and they told me that Canada is $500 billion in debt at that time. And then they also told me that we have $500 billion in the circular flow of cash. What does that mean? We have $500 billion just flowing around in our economy, and there's nothing. If we paid every single dollar back, then it would be gone. All of our money. We'd have no money left. Think about that. $500 billion, and we owe $500 billion. Plus interest to some banker across the ocean. Does that make you mad? I'm creating this video because I want to explain the situation, the scenario. I want to show what a good money is and what a bad money is. Do you know what a good money is? What is real value? What you put your labor in? What stores your labor? What stores your wealth? Can you put your wealth into paper? Fictions? Corporations? What do corporations do? How do they enrich our lives? As I walk across this field, I look at all these public lands, all the public money that goes around. They say that it's taxpayer money. But here's some more information. $43 billion is what we pay every year to the government in taxation. And we also pay the bankers $43 billion plus interest every year. So let me ask you this question. If you pay $43 billion and the bankers take $43 billion, is this school over here paid for by taxpayer money? Or do we borrow it? Do we borrow the money to build that school? Do we borrow the money to pay those teachers? I think we're in delusion. A lot of people think that taxpayer money creates all of this. The beautiful thing is, it could. Our money that we pay our governments could do this. But in 1974, Pierre Elliott Trudeau traded the rights, the SDRs. He gave them to the IMF, thus indebting our great-great-grandchildren to pay a debt that they did not owe, to pay a debt that they did not accrue. Pierre Elliott Trudeau had in one hand a debt that was, or money that was interest-free, and it was the best money in the world. It was Canadian. It was silver-backed, gold-backed, and it also was lent to the Canadian government 0% interest. But he gave that right up, and he gave it to some banker across the ocean. Why did he do that? Well, that's still a question that I am looking to. This property is not. When the bankers foreclose on the loans because we cannot pay anymore, because we are so heavily indebted, we will not prosper. This extremely wealthy country has Alberta alone has 2 trillion barrels of oil left, which is the equivalent of 800 years supply of oil. 800 years! Do you understand that we've been hoodwinked? They're saying, oh, well, we have to extract the dirty crude because we're running out of the light sweet crude. The reason for that lie? And that is simply to make you a slave. That's why they can charge $1.10 per liter at the pump. It's because you believe that we're running out of oil. You believe the peak oil BS. Free your mind. Look at the Alberta Geological Survey. Read it. Doesn't take an engineer or a geophysicist or a smart man to figure out that there's a lot of oil left in the world. And we need to take back the rights. We need to take back our SDRs. We need to take back our country. We need to stand as men and quit being pussies. If you're a pussy, you don't deserve freedom. You need to stand on your own 2 feet and be a man. Full liability. Look at those kids over there. They don't understand what I'm talking about. There's no videos out there they can look at. The school doesn't teach them anything. As a matter of fact, it's better for them to remain ignorant and stupid. And as a matter of fact, the dumber and sicker that they get, the better for the country. The better for our masters. They don't even know what money is. They don't know that when they put $100 in the bank, that interest is charged on that money and it loses value. When I was their age, I put $5 in the bank. 10 years later, I had $15. I don't know how it happened, but I do know that if these kids put $10 in the bank, they will have a debt of probably around $200 or more because of all the service fees and bank charges and all, like it's just ridiculous. What, you know, these kids don't even have a chance. They don't even have a chance. This is the younger generation. They're totally oblivious of what is happening to their wealth. It's just being stripped away from them. Stripped away. I pray to God that the people would wake up and understand